So earlier on today, I was doing a video on Social Security. I was going to talk about Social Security and the big changes coming in 2022. If you want to go and watch that video, I'll link to it down in the description box below. However, while I was doing my research, I came across a few very interesting articles. And after reading the articles, I started to do more research and found that Senator Joe Manchin is flipping back and forth. I found that moderates in the House are secretly wanting the Build Back Better Act to not pass in the Senate, and I'll explain why in just a minute. But the reason I want to bring this up is because this is what many people were predicting, and I know a bunch of you guys called this out months ago, that moderates were not going to pass this bill. Moderates do not want to see this bill go through at $1.75 trillion, not if we're still seeing signs of inflation. And so I applaud you guys, the ones that did call this out, you saw it. But here's what we're hearing now. And again, this is unbelievable. This is shocking to me. But here's what we know. According to multiple reports, moderates in the House of Representatives who voted for the Build Back Better Act voted in favor of this bill. Again, there was only one Democrat that voted against it. That was Jared Golden. Everyone else voted in favor of this bill. Well, according to reports, they secretly are hoping that this bill doesn't pass through the Senate. Here's the reason why. According to a few reports this afternoon, moderates are worried that the Build Back Better Act doesn't actually lower the cost enough for the American people. And if you heard from President Biden, and I addressed this, I believe it was yesterday, where I said that President Biden is saying that the Build Back Better Act is actually going to lower expenses for millions of Americans. You're probably wondering how, right? Well, I addressed this yesterday, and I told you that they're going to give you one more year of the child tax credit payments of $250 to $300 per month. That's great if you have children. They're going to pretty much put a cap on Medicare. Okay, so Medicare, I believe it was Medicare Part D, Medicare Part D is going to have a cap of $2,000 per year. That means $166 per month on average. However, it doesn't start until 2024. We're also going to see there's going to be additional Pell Grants for college. There's going to be pre-K for 2 years for 3 and 4-year-olds. That's going to save about $8,600 per year. So that's going to help children as well. We're also going to see medication is going to be, they're going to have a cap on medication as well. So we're going to see medication is going to be a little bit cheaper moving forward, but I don't think it's going to bring the cost down immediately. We're also going to see there's going to be hearing in Medicare. That's great if you need hearing, but what about the people that need vision and dental? So President Biden is saying, and the entire Biden administration has been saying, that the Build Back Better Act is going to lower the cost for millions of Americans. But according to many reports, they're saying that moderates are worried that it's not going to lower the amount enough to actually do it justice. And they say that more can't be done without causing more harm to Americans' bank accounts. Well, here's what we do know. According to The Hill, they are saying that the Biden administration is using the 50 million barrels of oil. This is coming from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. What we know is they're going to use this as a way to lower costs because according to Senator Joe Manchin, residents in West Virginia are pointing to him or telling him, and they're pointing to the cost of gas, saying every single time I go to the pumps, gas is an extra 10 cents, 15 cents, 25 cents. It used to be $2.11 on average last year. It's now $3.43 per gallon. So that is a huge increase. That's a lot. That's a lot for people to take on, especially when many people are not going back to work. Many people have reduced hours. Some people have got a boost in pay, but a boost in pay and reduced hours is pretty much the same income. But yet, we are seeing additional inflation. Food, gas, rent, homes, right? Property taxes, medication. It doesn't stop there. So this is one of Senator Manchin's biggest issues, and he has said in the past, if we are going to continue to see inflation, he is not going to vote in favor and support the $1.75 trillion Build Back Better Act. And again, just to give you an idea, Senator Joe Manchin has never said he supported the cost of $1.75 trillion. He's never said that. He's always said that, yes, if we're going to vote, let's vote. but he's never said he's going to support the bill. He said that he supports the additional infrastructure. He supports some of the provisions, but some he doesn't. So here's what I can tell you. He has been saying for over a month that people in West Virginia just continue to see prices going up, and because of this, he can't support this bill. But again, just last week he said, let's vote. Again, but I'm telling you, according to reports, he has never said that he's going to support the bill. He just said, let's vote. Now, here's what I can tell you. There's a lot of things that could happen right now between now and next week. According to a lot of lawmakers, they are saying that next week they're coming back to Washington with the idea, with the plan in mind that they're going to vote on this bill. They're going to vote on this bill next week. I can tell you right now, let's not plan on that. Let's not expect that. Because a vote next week, that means they have all their different issues resolved, and that's going to happen over Thanksgiving break? No. Lawmakers can't get stuff done when they're in Washington, let alone when they're back at their home states and their home districts trying to work through Zoom calls and phone calls. It's not going to happen. So all those reports out there saying that it's going to happen, I highly doubt that, and I don't want to get your hopes up. But here's what I can tell you. There's actually some good news out there and a way to lower gas prices. And I saw this the other day and I thought, is this possible? And it is. According to many reports, the cost of gasoline is what's actually impacting the majority of Americans' decisions these days. Do I go into work? Well, I'd have to go fill up my tank in order to drive 30 minutes to work. Does it make sense? Then I got to drop my kids off at daycare. Well, it kind of doesn't make sense. So, according to reports, the cost of gasoline is impacting every single person. Well, here's what I can tell you. The Biden administration is trying to lower the cost of gasoline, trying to reduce inflation wherever they can, where Americans are actually seeing it, because reports are indicating that that's the best way to get the American people back on their side, to get the voters to vote for them. Well, according to the governor of Florida, he says there's another way and a better way to lower gas prices than to just go and use 50 million barrels of oil that we will need, that are there as a reserve. 50 million barrels of oil, according to reports, and I addressed this morning, could potentially save us about 35 cents a gallon, but that would be quickly eaten up and gas prices would go shooting up soon after. So here's what we're hearing. According to the governor of Florida, they are looking into, and he's proposing, let's get rid of the gas tax in the state. You're probably thinking, well, how much would that save? Is that a good idea? Well, according to Governor DeSantis, he is saying, let's get rid of and just cut out the gas tax in the state until gasoline prices come down a little bit, till the American people get back on their feet, till the economy fully rebounds. Let's do that. Because according to a few economists, they say cutting taxes would save Americans money instantly, while using the 50 million barrels that from President Biden, which he's not just going to release instantly, that's actually going to take some time, and it's going to slowly be shown. It's not going to be instant. Like you go to the gas station, and it's like, okay, I just saved 35 cents. That's not how it's going to work. You're probably going to save 2 to 3 cents per gallon, and it's just going to be leveled off like that for the next 3 to 6 months. So it's not, and 3 to 6 months is a stretch. My guess is maybe 1 to 3 months, but we'll see what happens. Just to give you an idea, I picked 4 pretty popular states. I picked Florida, New York, California, and Texas. And I just want to give you an idea what would happen if we cut the gas tax out of these states. In Florida, they are not the highest. You would actually save 26.5 cents per gallon. 26.5 cents per gallon. That's huge. In New York, you would save 46 cents per gallon. In California, you'd save 67.98 cents per gallon. And in Texas, you'd save 20 cents per gallon instantly. As soon as this would pass, this would go into effect, you would save 26 cents in Florida, 46 in New York, 67 in California, and 20 in Texas. Now, that's big. That is big. Let's say you have a 10-gallon tank, right? In Texas, that saved you $2. Now, everyone has bigger than a 10-gallon tank, but just for simple math, that's obviously why I used it. But you get the idea. Well, here's what I can tell you. Democrats want to do more to help the American people. They want to do a lot more. But the worry right now is how much more can Democrats do without causing inflation? Because if you ask Senator Joe Manchin, he firmly believes that if we pass the Build Back Better Act, we're going to see additional inflation. It's going to go even higher. But like I just mentioned, if we're going to see additional inflation by passing the Build Back Better Act, it's going to go up. One way to bring gas prices down is to introduce another 50 million barrels of oil. But 50 million is not going to be enough, according to many experts. They say we need to do more than double that, so more than 100. But I think we have like 600 and some million barrels in the reserve. So it's not a good idea to use, a good portion of it. 15%. That's probably not a good thing to do. So, according to many, the best thing to do would be to simply cut gas taxes through the state. And according to my research, just from the research I've done, any state, any governor can do this. If Governor DeSantis wants to do this, he can do this, but the state has to pass this. So he can propose this, the state can pass it, and then it would go into effect. So it would have nothing to do with President Biden. It would all be on the state. So again, that's actually some very interesting news. I do plan, after doing all my research today, I do plan on calling my governor, Governor Jay Inslee here in Washington State. Do plan on calling him. Do plan on calling and probably sending an email to my state senators and representatives as well. See if this is something that we can do. Because honestly, I think this is a good option. But let me ask you this. Would you rather see the Build Back Better Act pass along with child care credits, the child tax credit, payments, hearing, Medicare, Pell Grants, affordable housing, or would you rather see instant relief by lowering our gas tax? Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Again, I really want to know what you guys' thoughts on this are. Is the price of gas affecting so many people so much that we would completely just get rid of the Build Back Better Act and start fresh? Or should we pass the Build Back Better Act if we could? But again, we will know more this upcoming week. Not much is going to happen tomorrow, I wouldn't expect, but I said this last year, and we got a lot of reports last year. So I promise I will be on tomorrow morning. If you don't come on, that's fine. I understand. Spend some time with your friends, your family, your loved ones. Happy Thanksgiving. I will be on here tomorrow morning, and I'll probably do another video tomorrow afternoon, maybe tomorrow evening. Could be a little bit later, but again, have a great Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful rest of your week as well. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor. Go ahead, hit that like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.